Hello everyone, Lipnox VR here, and I'm showing you guys outside of the boundaries in Swordsman. There's a cool trick on the PC side of things for VR where you can download this OVR Advanced Toolkit thing, and it lets you basically map buttons to move around in your play space. So by doing this, you can go real high up or real down below, regardless of whether or not the game wants you to. There is a little bit of boundaries with some of these things, but you know what? Swordsman's an awesome game. We just had the new update, so come on with me and we're going to take a look at what we got here. Okay everyone, so first things first with the first level, I noticed in that crack there you can see something. So I was pretty desperate to find out more. And what did I actually find? Well, I did find that you can go above the level, and there seems to be a fully rendered chimney top, which is kind of cool, because you're never going to see this chimney top otherwise. It's just kind of there, and I wouldn't even think about it. Moving on to the next level here, the arena. Well, you can see that the ground around the arena is not rendered at all. Those buildings are just kind of floating things. So while from inside there it looks like there's a vibrant city, there is a couple buildings and no floor. It is pretty cool though, and these environments definitely show that these models are detailed. Got a mountain in the background there, but pretty cool to see inside. And I did want to try to knock out this guy, but unfortunately he seems to be bulletproof. He also makes a ding when you hit his sword, but doesn't respond to physics or anything like that, so pretty cool thing. Then for the first official level, or the first real level in the game, it is pretty cool because the roof is fully rendered, fully done. Well, maybe not fully, but somewhat fully done. So it is pretty neat how stuff like that you're never going to see at all is still fully done. You can briefly see the doors and windows there, but it's just the same thing as on the inside. Unfortunately, in these kind of going out of bounds things, you're still stuck in the general area, so I couldn't get too close to the side things, but it's still pretty cool to see. And on to the snow level. This is one that I felt like there was going to be so much more, but in reality a lot of the platforms you see are actually floating, so they don't really have a base. But with the whole snow fog thing, there's a lot to be hidden in terms of hiding things that aren't there. Still, it's a really cool level, and I feel like the attention to detail put into this one definitely shows when you go above the map and you can see all the little secret details. So, this one, some people on PlayStation VR might have seen when they accidentally found themselves with a glitch they spawned under the map, but you can see that all the assets for these stores are basically all here, so you can see all the weapons on top of each other, which is kind of hilarious. Some super ultra weapon. I haven't looked through there to see if there's any hidden weapons, but this is what you wanted to see. This is that secret room that we could never get access to. You sort of see from the crack, and admittedly, aside from this guy hammering a piece of wood, there's not too much going on here, but there you go. That's behind the boundaries. That's seriously reaching in deep, finding some secrets there. So that's that room. Not too much to get excited about though. Moving on to the title screen next. This is where you basically choose your load save file thing, and this is also the same level that is the final boss level. It's pretty much the exact same regardless which one you're on, so I'm just going to show it the one time, but you can see him hanging out at the throne. He's got his big sword there. It looks pretty cool. And if you go right up above, you can basically see there's this white light box thing at the top. But for the most part, it's just kind of blackness and emptiness. I mean, there's a bit of water you can see down there, but this one really doesn't have too much hidden. It is cool to see outside of the map, so there's that. But I mean, in terms of exciting stuff, this is where it gets good though, because this is the opening introduction screen thing, and if you go above the level, because this is a pretty big level, you can't really explore it all, but if you go above the level, we got full castle stuff. There's a full castle tower that you just really wouldn't see at all from down there. So it's quite neat to see how they built this, and honestly, I kind of feel like I would love to do battle on top of here. I don't know if that's a possibility, but You know, we got that castle area thing here. That'd be a great spot for like a boss fight or some sort of cool event. But when you go down there too, I mean, there's below is just as exciting as above. There's a whole bunch of different things hidden, and some of the views down here are quite nice. It's always, to me, a shame that I can't explore this area further, but that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to do this for, because I wanted to see what was down here and what secrets are hidden. And admittedly, there's no crazy secrets in anywhere in this, but there are little details. There's all sorts of little things. There's roots under the level, and it's neat to see, at least from a gamer perspective, how some of these games are being done. But I find it all the more interesting with this kind of game. So, onto the desert here, and it's a desert. I would love the ability to sort of just free roam around that desert area and interact with the houses and stuff, but we're basically limited to sort of looking above them and looking below them, and there is some pretty cool details. There's like stuff done inside some of these houses. There's things that you won't see any other way, so it definitely looks like there's some care and effort into making this level especially just look like it's a real place. And I kind of feel like the Lost Introduction, that level is used from parts of that too, so we'll see that later on. But what we're looking at now is just a tech demo thing, basically just sort of showing when they were making the game some of the character animations. But it is pretty cool seeing this other environment, but I imagine this is 100% running on PC, so that might explain the character models looking as sharp as they do. And then for the samurai level, going back to the normal levels again, and this is one that I was desperate to figure out what was downstairs for the longest time while playing the PSVR version, just sort of seeing if I could get down there, because you got the stairs and it's like, what are they hiding? What's down there? And well, there's not too much down here. It's just kind of walls, and it exists, but it doesn't exist as anything. And even when you go down here, looking at the other building, you know, these are basically just hollow buildings that sort of exist. Regardless, though, it is pretty cool seeing them and seeing what's hidden amongst them. So this is going to be really hard to see, but this is the zombie level. I'll crank the brightness the best I can. But again, it's just sort of the same thing as all the other levels, where it's like, yeah, you can see things outside of the level, but for the most part, everything you're seeing is everything that's in this level. I think there's a lot of messing around with the engine to make this level work, and I think the darkness, by making like a fog of war thing, is a portion of that. So. And from the Claws, the Christmas event, there's not too much going on here. Basically, a floating platform with floating rocks amongst itself, and heavy use of this, fog blurriness type of sky effect. Unlike the other levels, he seems to be able to kill you, so we'll move on. And for the pirate, I love this solely because I can go on top of here. Unfortunately, there's not too much to explore. But seeing the Kraken sort of from these different perspectives is really, really cool. And the ship is fully done. So when you go down below, you can fully see that they've rendered the full ship. There's the bottom of the ship. There's 3 levels, and a lot of this stuff you'll never see. So it's just kind of, it's neat how this is. I guess he designed the ship and then just kind of threw it in here. But another thing I found pretty interesting was when you go under the water, you can see the reflection of the ship in the distance. So I'm not sure exactly how that works. I guess that's how he's doing, the reflection in the water. But you can see there briefly the back of the Kraken, and immediately it's up there. So it sort of leaves the map and spawns again right beside you. But you can get a good look that guy is fully rendered. And I'll be perfectly honest, I am not a fan of underwater stuff, so that's as far as I went for capturing that. That's the out of bounds stuff, that's sneaking around, that's figuring things out. This, I originally saw in Koid's video. I don't know if you guys have checked out the channel Koid's. He does Swordsman content, he does PSVR content, he does Oculus Quest content, and he's a good buddy of mine. But I saw his video showing the secret opening that he supposedly was able to trigger very easily, and I couldn't recreate it, so I go and ask him, and he's just like, "Oh, I was messing with everybody." So yeah, that was a joke. This is basically the old introduction that happened before, but apparently they were having technical issues getting this running on the PlayStation VR, so it's relegated to not be in the game, unfortunately. But it is cool to sort of look at it, to sort of have it here, and you know what? I'm gonna let the rest of that play out. Thank you guys for checking this video out. I don't know if these out-of-bound things are interesting to people or exciting for people, but I figured Swordsman is a cool game. Lots of people on PSVR might be curious about this because it's not easy to sort of go outside the map for the PSVR, unless you have a glitch, I guess. But yeah, really love the Swordsman game, and hope you guys enjoyed this out-of-bounds thing, and if you want to see more, I'd love to make more of these kind of things. There's lots of games that are on PSVR that I have access to on PC that I could totally give you guys an in-depth look at what's going on. And if you want to check this stuff out, just download the OVR toolkit and OVR Advanced, I think it is. But yeah, you can mess around, and I'm just basically pressing the A button and pulling myself wherever I want, and it's simple as that. Thank you guys for watching, and just started a new Lipnox Discord page. I'll drop the link in the comment section down below, and if you want to check out more stuff Lipnox, or come chat about stuff, or got some developers in there talking about their games, so it's an exciting place to be. Thanks for watching, and staying for the whole video. You guys are the MVPs. Later.
Fragments minds. His heart swallows light, a cancer to our world and to our people. You will find it in the eyes that wander. In the cold evening winds, his breath hums a bitter rage. No man will stand his ground. But you are no man. You hide in the shadows of men. You carry the symbol of the gods. I know who you are. Swordsman.